From a sweet bonbon to a tangy lemon tart topped with sweet meringue. And here to make this beautiful pastry is executive pastry chef Joshua Livsey. Welcome, Joshua. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Joining Cam at the counter are Paigey and Ken, and they are waiting patiently to taste this beautiful tart that we are about to make right here live. So this is very versatile. We could use any sort of fruit for this, couldn't we?
Yeah, so we're making a pistachio lemon tart, and today we're topping it with fresh strawberries. But it's that season where berries are really coming into season. So it really goes with anything. You could do raspberries, blueberries, blackberries on there as well.
Apricots?
Yeah, apricots, peaches.
Oh, nice. I mean, the list just goes on and on. Cherries, except probably, like we said, melons. We were discussing a galette yesterday.
Yeah,
melons.
I might skip lemons.
Yeah, maybe not lemons. So we
are getting a bad rap. I'm gonna come up with a melon dessert very soon.
They just don't bake very well, I don't think, Cameron. So we start with our beautiful crust, and this is a pistachio crust.
Yeah, so we did some pistachios ground up with flour when we made the crust here. And this is already baked. So we made the dough, we let it chill, rolled it out, and we baked it in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes at 350.
At 350.
Can you just do that? Just add ground up nuts and add it to your flour? That's a regular recipe?
Yeah, put it right in the food processor just until it's ground fine. And then that way you're going to get a pistachio flavor. And then it'll have a beautiful little additional flavor than just a traditional plain crust.
That's right. And then we had the pistachios at the end, so we're sort of layering flavors. So we set this aside. Now we're going to make that beautiful filling we were talking about. Over here we have some lemon juice, some water, and should we turn that down?
Yeah, yeah. So
and
we're
some of the lemon rind, right?
Yep. So this is going to give us lemon flavor from the lemon rind, lemon juice, and then I cut it with a little bit of water, so it's not just this super intense lemon flavor.
Okay.
And then we're going to add here is our mixture of sugar, some cornstarch, a little bit of salt as well.
Okay. And it's important to use fresh lemon juice, correct?
Right. Yeah.'re going to get such a better flavor when you're using fresh lemon juice. When you're using that pre-squeezed stuff, it's just not as great as what you get from a fruit.
But it's so handy.
Is it?
It doesn't taste like
But I don't understand why it says 100% fresh lemon juice or 100% fresh lime juice, and you taste it and I think, this tastes like nothing like lemon lime.
Right. Yeah, so you want to be using fresh from the lemon.
Okay.
And it takes just a few minutes just to juice those lemons, and it smells delicious.
And it's worth it.
So, yeah. So we're going to cook that. So we're cooking the sugar and the cornstarch and salt in here, and we're going to bring that to a boil.
Okay.
So that's going to thicken up, and once it boils, that cornstarch flavor is going to go away too. That you don't really.
Right. Okay.
It's
Sort of toasts
undesirable.
up. Do you want me to keep whipping while you add the butter?
Keep whisking. We're actually not going to add the butter quite yet. We're going to add the yolks first.
Oh, now we have to temper.
Yeah, so we're going to temper in the yolk. So this is going to give you, this actually gives you a beautiful rich color to your curd. It's going to give you a little bit of flavor, some fat from the egg yolks, and the structure too from cooking the eggs.
Okay, this is already thickening up, as you can see.
So it's going to thicken, but it's got to boil first, so that way the cornstarch flavor is gone and it really has done its job in thickening.
Okay, well, just for the interest of time, we'll drop the eggs in.
So we're going to add the eggs in. We're going to add that while we're mixing.
There you go. And it's important to add probably that as you see Joshua continuing to mix this, this is probably one of those things where you have to stand over. Don't walk away.
Course.
But you didn't have to take any of the hot curd and put it into the eggs in this particular.
In this application, you are able to just pour them right in as long as you're mixing.
As long as you're going fast.
Okay.
If you go fast, it's okay. It's not going to boil.
That's a good question.
If not, you have scrambled eggs.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a kind of different tart.
Yeah.
And then we're going to
quiche.
Yeah, more of a quiche.
A sweet quiche.
Yeah.
And then we're going to strain it afterwards anyway. So if there's any little lumps of eggs in there, you're going to strain them out.
Okay.
So it'll be good.
Okay.
So now that we have this going, we actually have one here that's already completed, ready to go.
All right.
Now we're going to add our butter to this curd. This is just a little bit more fat to this.
So the butter is added after it cools.
You still want it warm, but you want it off the heat.
Okay, I see.
So you're going to add this in. You can just add all of it in right here.
Why not? Now, is that unsalted butter?
It is, yes.
Okay, I know every pastry chef loves unsalted butter.
I do love salt, but unsalted butter just allows you to control how much salt is going into it. So I already added the salt into the mixture to begin with.
Okay.
And now we're just going to stir this until the butter melts.
And then after this has melted, you take it off the heat. Well, we've already taken off the heat. And it doesn't have to be completely cool before you pour it into the pie crust,
Right,
correct?
you actually want it a
crust.
little bit warm because this is going to allow it to flow into the crust and give you a nice smooth surface.
Okay.
I gotta say, looking at like a tart or a lemon tart, I would never think in a million years that I could actually make it, but you've made this seem
Simple.
Oh, it's very simple, yeah.
It's very simple. This looks so fancy and difficult.
It does. You look very impressive.
Yeah.
So we're just going to pour this right into the prepared crust right here.
Gorgeous that is.
So beautiful.
That just happened right
I know.
So simple.
I feel like I was part of that.
We're gonna reserve the rest of the curd. You can use that to garnish the top of your tart,
Or just eat with a spoon.
Yeah, right, with some fresh berries
Yeah.
for breakfast. It'll be
That's
delicious.
so nice. Now, we use lemon, but could we use lime or any other citrus? Could we use orange, for instance?
With orange, you're not gonna get quite as strong of a flavor.
Okay.
But lime works great too.
Okay.
I love a nice lime curd.
Key
as
lime?
well. Yes.
So good.
Now we're just gonna take plastic wrap, put this right over the top. This is gonna keep it from forming a skin while it.
You want it to,
so you actually
you want to
Yeah.
press it down
So
on
you want
top.
to press it just so it.
All right, there we go. And then we
we're gonna
pop that in the
into
fridge
right?
for an hour, or could it be longer?
Roughly an hour, at least an hour.
Okay. Does your refrigerator do that, Joshua?
I wish it. Okay, so now we've got
Our beautiful tart, and now comes the fun part.
Right, this
So
is where we get to decorate. This is where we're gonna make it really into, it becomes a showpiece at this point.
You've made a beautiful Swiss meringue. I'll throw it away. Well, that's okay. You can throw it there too. It's no problem. We'll get it later. So what's the difference between a Swiss meringue and regular meringue?
So for Swiss meringue, we've actually heated up the egg whites and the sugar over a double boiler. This is gonna allow the sugar to dissolve, but then it also cooks the eggs a little bit to give it some more structure. We added a little bit of cornstarch in there as well. That keeps the moisture level down and keeps your meringue from weeping too much.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, so then this part's really fun. We can just kind of go through and decorate here, just as we see fit.
Oh, you're right. That's super stiff.
Right. And this is what makes it look so fancy,
Right.
right? And as if this wasn't fun enough, we're adding yet another little fun extravaganza to the tart. We get to set it on fire.
Right.
All right, let me get the torch.
Yeah, you go. Are you gonna do the honors?
Oh,
Yeah, come on, Debbie.
I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna stand back.
Okay,
but-
tell me what to do.
All right, so we're just gonna pull the trigger here and hold it down.
Oh, that's it?
Yep, and then you're just gonna hit the meringue a little
Oh.
Deb, if you're
That's
too
gonna
afraid to
burn
do
it.
it, I'd be happy to try from
Yeah.
over here.
From over there.
You
bit. Just
got
don't
it.
let your cutting board on fire.
Oh, look at that go. Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
man.
then I'm gonna come in here and turn it for you, so we can hit the other side.
It's beautiful. Oh my
gonna give you a
gosh,
nice
Joshua,
toasty
look what I did.
Look at that.
Look what I made.
Oh, I smell it. You guys smell it?
Oh, it smells like s'mores.
I know you guys are probably dying to taste this. So we will
That's great.
we'll add some strawberries, pistachios, and we will cut this up for everyone now.
Yeah, so what's great about this is it's visually it's really beautiful. So if you wanted this sitting, you could do this before a dinner party. You could have it sitting out on the table just like this. It's your centerpiece, and
And
then
will
you serve
that
it for
stay?
dessert.
Will they stay in those little peaks?
Yeah, they'll stay. You can do this a few hours before. Just either let it sit at room temperature or even in the fridge. It'll stick
It's like
just
a
fine.
mini
Do the
mountain.
honors?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Look at me.
It really
Grand
is.
Tetons of
It's like the
dessert.
Grand Tetons of desserts. Now, while you guys are cutting this up, I know you're going to. We have to talk about the fact that you are competing for the best bakers of America.
Yes.
$25,000.
On
How's it
Food
going? You
Network.
having a good time?
Yes, it's going great. Next week on Monday night at 9 p.m. Is the third episode. So it's an elimination challenge. Starts with some really great bakers, and then each week someone gets eliminated. But it's been really fun being able to compete against some.
I'm guessing you haven't been
Pass
eliminated
it down here. This one
yet.
to Paigey.
There you
thank
go. There you
Leslie.
go.
Waiting, absolutely. We're going to dive in here, everybody.
Excellent.
This recipe, first of all, good luck with that.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having
This
me.
recipe, as always, will be at hallmarkchannel.com.